Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Many women have a ghost. Many women have a ghost. Now, I hadn't talked about this in a long time, and let me make something very clear. This isn't necessarily an imprint. Now, as I always do when I talk about an imprint isn't one guy. An imprint is a combination of the first 3 men that she slept with, maybe sometimes the first 2, and it's subconscious. And all the imprint means is the type of guys that she has a natural attraction for. Because when a woman is imprinted, what happens is her subconsciously, she'll make herself into that type of woman that can attract that particular imprint. It's never just one guy though. It's never, ever just one guy. But see, a ghost could have been part of that imprint. A ghost could have been man number 9. A ghost just means that guy she got caught up with, she actually fell in love with. See, a woman might not necessarily fall in love with the imprint. It could have been just 3 guys she just had sex with. They don't mean she in love with them. But her heart might not have been involved. It might have just been a situation she just had sex. Shoot, I know a woman, her imprint was actually a gang rape. She went in love with him. But the man who's a ghost, that's the man she feel good on. Now, he could have been based on the imprint, or he could have been just some random guy she ended up getting with anyway. But one of the things with many women, they have that ghost. There's that one guy they haven't got over. Like, you got a lot of guys, they so concerned about how many men that a woman has slept with. And I'm like, no, the biggest problem is not how many she slept with. And look, real quick, don't hit me with well, she got all that DNA. She probably had sex with her condom. That DNA got through that condom? Probably not. All right. But that one man who's a ghost is the guy that hit her right here in the heart, that she's still thinking about. She might have been in a real relationship. But you know, one thing I found with women, they might not tell a guy that they dealing with, a present guy that they dealing with, that they have that ghost, but that ghost is still with them. They can meet, they could have dealt with that ghost and, they broke up for whatever reason, but the woman's still thinking about him. Yeah, she get with another guy. She might even marry another guy. That ghost is still there. She's still thinking about that guy when she's sleeping with the new guy. She's still thinking about that guy when she walking down the aisle. She's still thinking about that guy when she might have 2 kids. In fact, if that ghost pop back up, a real person, well, let's just say the husband, boyfriend, whatever, might need to double back home. There might be a problem. See, that's one thing. One thing I found with women, that one guy that got their heart, that one guy they still thinking about. Oh, they ain't gonna tell them. Like, if you thinking a woman telling you everything, most women ain't gonna tell you about the ghost. But most women have them. I would say most women got that one guy. He could have been whatever. They still thinking about him years later. And like I said, he could have been part of the imprint, or he could have matched the imprint, or just some random guy. Whatever the case, he hit her on a heart basis. And see, that's one of the things. See, a guy got to really be honest with a woman. See, don't worry about how many men that the woman has slept with. That ghost means more than everything else, because she's still thinking about him. That's usually like if she break up from that one guy, and she get a chance to go back with that ghost, she'll do it. And I've actually seen that happen. A woman, she might block a guy, something like that, but then she go back to that ghost. And that's the thing you got to be concerned with. Now, you only got to be concerned if you're talking long term. If it's just like a hit it and quit it, or just a casual thing, don't worry about it. In fact, it might be a good thing because she ain't gonna be that pressed about you. But if there's that ghost there, like if you're talking about marrying that woman or long term moving in with that woman, you need to like have that serious conversation and just look her dead in the eye and say, hold up, is there a ghost? Is there a guy that you still thinking about? At least put it out there. Depending on your relationship, she might be honest with you and say, well, hold up, I'm still thinking about this guy. Or she might be like, she might lie to you. I've dealt with some women. You dealing with them and it's all fun. All of a sudden they talk about that one guy. You're like, hold up, you didn't tell me about him. That's the ghost. That is the ghost. Like I said, don't worry about it. Cause like that whole thing talking about how many men they slept with. Either A, they're gonna tell you the truth, you ain't gonna like it. B, they're gonna lie, but then you find out some other way, there's an extra one in there. And trust me, you ain't gonna like that either. But don't worry about them. As cousin T-Tar would say, give them a shout out. Sex is like a handshake for many women, but you do worry about that ghost. And it ain't like he was part of he might not have been part of her imprint. He might not have been part of those 3 men. Or he like I said, he could have been number 9, but he hit her in her heart. She's still thinking about him. She's still like checking him out. She might still be following him on social media, especially these days. In fact, I know a young lady, she's still talking about this one man. I ain't giving this young lady's name. She's a sweet young lady, sweet and beautiful, but still thinking about this one man. That's her ghost. Then that ghost ain't no joke. That ghost ain't no joke, because that guy's there whenever. Or if you get this woman, she might be comparing you to a past guy, that's a ghost. Or if she having sex with you, she might close her eyes and think you're the ghost. You need to worry about that one man. I've said that before. Worry about that one man she's really pressed about. Worry about that ghost. And shoot, and if there was any issues with them, any bad issues, she might be looking to you subconsciously to solve that issue. And heck, sometimes you might even resemble that ghost. And like I say, the ghost, I'm gonna say it for a 3rd time, the ghost ain't necessarily part of the imprint. Because I say what the imprint is. Hell, you could match the imprint, but the ghost is something different. The ghost is powerful. The ghost is in there. She's still thinking about the ghost. She's still wondering. And like I said, many times a woman will break up with a man she been in a long relationship with, married to, and get back with that ghost. In fact, that's something common. A woman getting back with a man she dealt with, it could have been 20, 30 years ago. And some dudes mistakenly think it's the imprint. It's like, no, it's the ghost. Those are 2 different things. Let me explain. Let me hammer that home. It's still the ghost. Worry about that one. Don't worry about the other 5 men. And, for some guys, that's too many. But the other 5 men, worry about the one she pressed about, that she opened up her heart to. Worry about the ghost. Especially if it's a case you trying to go forward with that woman. Worry about the ghost. And I'm gonna tell you what, most women, they ain't gonna tell you anyway. They gotta get real comfortable. And the only way you can do that is you gotta be strong. You gotta be strong. But if you're gonna marry that woman, you're talking long term, you need to know about the ghost, okay? So anyway, that's all I have for right now. And I'll get back with you. Peace and blessings.